Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites. How are you guys doing today? I hope the answer is at least okay or pretty good, but we can't be doing great every day, right? But all right, let's make it a good day anyway, even if it's a hard day. We are going to get into today 3 popular vertical planners. Erin Condren Vertical, colorful, Plum Paper Vertical. Although Plum Paper has more than one choice for vertical spreads, but I just have one here to show you. And I can also pop in my vertical spread from last year so you can see 2 of their choices. And then InkWELL Press Vertical, which just so happens I have it in the academic year, but it's the same in the calendar year. Okay, so we're going to try to compare these two. And number one, I could have done it at a table and been able to fit them all in, but I wouldn't have a nice background. And also the camera would have been so far up in a way that you probably couldn't have seen things very close up. So we're going to just try to do it in this space and see the best we can do. First of all, Plum Paper is the most affordable option, okay? They also have the most choices, as in like versatility and personalizing your planner. So Plum Paper, let's talk a little bit about that one first. Okay, their covers have a hard clear plastic, and I'm not going to go super in depth to everything about each planner. We're just going to compare the vertical spreads. I'll go into a few things because I have videos on each one of these planners alone on my channel if you want a super in-depth look and review of that planner. But this is also a really hard placemat like feel. So one thing I don't like is just kind of that the cover is not one. Sometimes it sticks together, sometimes it doesn't. This is their ombre look of coloring. You cannot choose, anything else. That's it. I like some of the colors. Some of them I don't like. I don't love how some of the colors don't seem to match seasonally for the month, because that's a big thing for me too. But after using them for 3 years straight, I think I got tired of the same colors because they really didn't change them. And then now they have what they call a monochromatic color scheme, but it's not nearly as pretty as Erin Condren Neutral to me. Their monochromatic, you can go online and look at it, is like a dark grayish purple. And I'd rather take their colors than that. It just didn't make me excited. But here's just a look going in, because like I said, you can watch full review videos. This planner you can start in any month you want to, which is amazing. And you can do it for 12 months or 13 or 14 or 15, all the way up to 18 months. So you can add in as many months as you want, one at a time, up to 18 months. And it is so affordable to do that if you don't mind having a little bit thicker planner. Your monthly tab does not go right into the month in Plum Paper. You have one sheet in between, and then you have to turn to the month. So this is what Plum Paper monthly looks like. I'm going to show you a July. This is July in 2017, though. I'm going to show you the July in Erin Condren 2018, just so you can kind of see the differences and maybe how the calendar looks. I would say the boxes are around the same size. You do have a little bit bigger header up here, though. And Erin Condren, you don't get the next month lined out for you right there like that, but they both have a note section on the side. Okay, so that's what the calendar looks like. Let's look at InkWELL Press. Let's look at their calendar for July. This is July 2017. InkWELL Press, I feel like the boxes are bigger, and they are bigger than Erin Condren or Plum Paper. So just, not hugely bigger, but they all have good paper. InkWELL Press has 140 GSM, and Erin Condren has 80-pound text this year. Her new paper is amazing, which is actually 118 GSM, so that is very close to InkWELL. InkWELL has a different tooth. Erin Condren, that page is a in page, and that makes it a cardstock page with the tab, so that's not like her normal paper. It's just a teeny bit more texture in her tooth. Both of these are really nice to write on with pens. I love both of these to write on. InkWELL Press is probably my favorite paper though, and then definitely Erin Condren, or they're almost at a tie with the new Erin Condren paper. Okay, so this is what Erin and Plum Paper has 80 GSM, 80 pound also, I believe. I wish I would have brought my notebook up that I actually have all those written down in. I don't think they're 70 pound. I think they're 80 pound too. They could be 70 though. Her paper never has bled through for me though, and it's a really nice thickness, but it's a completely different feel, and I don't enjoy writing on it as much as the InkWELL or the Erin Condren. It has a slick feel. Now, not slick as in shiny like poster board, just like this smooth, like silk like feel, like your hand just runs across it so easily. I don't know how to explain it better. I'm sorry. You have your holidays written in on each of these. InkWELL is written in a little bit smaller. And then let me show you Erin Condren. Erin Condren has your holidays written in really tiny too. Like that. I added that sticker in. And Erin Condren, one thing I do like though is she has the moon phases. And I don't know why, but I love seeing moon phases in a calendar. I know you can look it up online, but I don't know, it's just something I enjoy. So it adds to the planner for me. Okay, so that's what your full monthly spreads look like in each of them. Let's look. And okay, we'll go into the monthly planning pages in each just to show you. I love InkWELL's mission board, her plan page and focus, and daily habit trackers. You can track 3 habits for the whole month. I love her in between the month plan pages. If you want to know more about those, look up my full review videos on InkWELL. But hers are one of my favorite in between planning pages. And then Plum Paper, your in between planning pages are this. I do not care for them at all. That's just my opinion. Number one, this is like poster board. It's kind of slick. So a lot of pens don't write on it well. I don't love it. And I also don't love her setup of goal 1, 2, 3, birthdays, events, things to remember. Just the setup and then just the plain paper. It never inspired me to do anything. That's just my personality. This one inspired me to fill it out and do stuff with it. Erin Condren, I am not starting to use until 2018, so I can't tell you. But I can see myself, I thought I would use this for monthly to-dos, and this being like the 4 important things for the month that I keep track of. So I could actually see myself using this page. However, the thing I will miss the most is the daily habit tracker from InkWELL. I love having a whole month at a time, and I like being able to track 3 habits for the month and just being able to visually see it really easily at the end of the month. Okay, so one thing, InkWELL, you go right into your month at the tab, and I like that. So Plum Paper doesn't do that, and I don't like that. Erin Condren, you go right into your month at the tab, and I like that too. Okay, so after your month, let's look at July and all these. Erin Condren, if you're in the colorful, what happens is, if your month starts midweek, you get to see the color switch. And I actually like that on the page because it's a really big visual to me that the month is switching and the first day of the new month gets a little flag right there. And so we're going to go into the first week of this whole month in the Erin Condren. And like I said, my Erin Condren is the 2018 and this is the 2017 because it's the academic one. And Plum Paper, I just happened to start in July because you can start any month you want, and it is 2017. Okay, so you're going to go right into your week. Now, this is something to note that I don't like about Plum Paper too. When you end a month, like this is the end of June right here, they gray it out, okay? And okay, well, I can't show you in this month because they don't have the previous month of June, so sorry. Let's go into August. Okay, here's an example. All right, so this month here, July, ends on the Monday. So they give you the rest of the week, which this is August, in gray. But then you skip all these in between pages and you have that exact same week repeated, but with the July day in gray and August coming out in the new August color. So you either have to choose to only use the colored in days and ignore the gray ones, you know, so you would use this day, but then you're not looking at your whole week together, and then you would flip and use the colored days. Or you have to pick one of these weeks to use and not write in the other one, which is what I did when I used Plum Paper. I would pick the week with the most color, so with the most days in that month, and then I would just pick that I'm using this week. And basically, I would paper clip this week out. I would paper clip it together because I did not want to accidentally write appointments in this week and forget to put them here and then miss something. So I would paper clip these together so I would know I'm going from the 30th and I'm flipping through all these pages and I'm going to the 31st. So that's something I did not enjoy with Plum Paper. They're probably thinking people love it because they're getting like more paper and choices and extra room. I don't know, but I didn't love it. In InkWELL, this is how they do it. Let me show you the end of August. So they just continue it, which it total makes sense too, just like Erin Condren. So 7/30, July 30th is here on a Sunday. And then they just start your new month color on the week that that new month starts, even if you have a day or two left in the other month. So this is still 7/31, but they don't make it a different color to show you that's still July. That's fine. So they don't double the weeks like that either. So Plum Paper is the only one of these three that does that. But they just go with the color of the new month. Okay, so that's what InkWELL does. Okay, let's look at these layouts for the month. You know what? Let's go to like September. Well, I've already written in there in September. Okay, let's go to October, one of my favorite months, because I kind of want to be able to compare the same months. Okay, let's go to October in here. All right. Okay, and see though, I'm going to have to go a week ahead because their last week of October is splitting up into September, so it's actually back here and in September colors. Okay, so we're going the week of October 9th here. So we'll just kind of be on the same weeks. All right. Sorry, you guys, I didn't realize how hard it might be to compare three planners under one little surface. Okay, so let's talk about the layouts. Let's go to October 9th, but this one is a different year. So this one is 2018, you guys. All right. Let's start with Erin Condren. Okay, clearly you get a little bit less room with the way she does her 3 boxes and a big header. You get less room on your page, but the numbers stand out really big. Your days stand out really big. She puts your holidays right up here, like this says Columbus Day. And there's really nothing else. Your holidays go up there, and nothing will be ever filled in on your boxes. I mean, I've put some stickers in that week, but here's a blank week I haven't put any stickers in. Okay, and then you do have blank lines down here and your notes in a box over here to use for whatever you want. So that's Erin Condren. Now, if you want to look at this, well, her notes, InkWELL, are on the right side, okay? Erin Condren and Plum Paper notes are on the left side. So, but if we're comparing, that bumps your week a different way because, of course, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only fit on this side with your notes, but her notes are on the other side, so you're going to get Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday on this side. All of these planners start with a Monday start on the week and a Sunday start on the calendar like typically weekly planners do. Okay, so you get more room per day in your InkWELL page, in your InkWELL column for the day, just because of the way she's organized her page. She didn't use quite so much for a header, and her days of the week are big, but her numbers are small. And I will say when I used the InkWELL, that was something that was maybe just a tiny little thing to me that I wanted like the number of the day to stand out more because I actually had to really come and look at it and be like, oh, okay, today's the 8th. But whereas the Erin Condren, it's like, wow, okay, today's the 21st. That stands out big. And I mean, I know we're in October. She puts that on this page. And generally you remember what month you're in, but it's like what day you're on is the question. I love her 3 boxes, but for me, the way I plan, I wish they were at the top, because that would be like my go-tos or my appointments for the day, or it could be your top 3. So for me, those boxes would be more functional at the top, but nevertheless, I love having those boxes. People use them for so many different things. She has your 5 weekly focuses, which they are numbered, but they're super tiny numbers. And then a note section. But there they go for that. Okay, now your Plum Paper, your columns are a lot smaller than InkWELL Press. Your notes are on the left, like Erin Condren. Let's compare these two. I would say that the columns are probably about the same between Plum Paper and Erin Condren. And if you include all the section, I think you're getting about the same amount of writing room in these two. But InkWELL Press, you're clearly getting more writing room. Plum Paper has a couple different vertical layouts you can choose from and a couple different horizontal, and you actually can customize some of those. Here is my Plum Paper from last year. I just wanted to show you they still have this option. So this is a vertical layout with 7 boxes, and you can actually have pre-printed words in there, or you can leave them blank if you think you're going to change them weekly or you're not sure what you want to put in there. But so I would always have my go-tos or my appointments at the top, and then I had labeled mine 1, 2, 3, the top 3 for the day: computer work, to call on, and for my calling at church and stuff to do. So you are getting a whole bunch of choices if you go to Plum Paper, because they also have, I believe, another vertical choice. They have more than 2, and then they have some horizontal choices. So you can choose that. You do have the month calendar right here, which sometimes I found that very helpful. Erin Condren did not put that, but that's okay, because I think I would want writing room more as opposed to the calendar right there. You don't have the month calendar on InkWELL either, but InkWELL, as you can see, the tiny margins she leaves on her page, I actually love that, because she really tries to use every ounce of the page for you to be able to write on, and I really like that. Like I've said, if her top 3 boxes were moved to the top, I would definitely try out this planner, because I could definitely see it working for me. But the way those boxes are at the bottom, just for my planning method, is not as functional. Also, something to note, in InkWELL, you see that tiny dot? She has that there for if you want to divide out your whole page so you can easily draw a line. And she has another guide dot right here for you. So you can draw out, and you could divide it into 2 sections. So then you'd really have 3 sections. 1, 2, 3. So if you want to divide your day into 3 sections, you have an easy way to put washi tape or draw a line there if you want 3 sections. Some people do work and like home. So however you want to divide it. People use these for all different things, I've noticed. Their top 3, or keeping up with their workouts, or their meal plans, or like habit tracking if they went to the gym. There's a lot of uses for that. Okay, so that is the basic layout that you're getting with each one, and the basic differences. I myself just aesthetically like the Erin Condren and the InkWELL Press, even though they're completely different, a lot better than the Plum Paper. I used the Plum Paper for almost 3 years, and I think I just got burnt out on it, and that was before I had tried either one of these. So I hadn't had those, and like I said, I don't enjoy writing on their paper as much with pen. Okay, let me tell you what extras each planner comes with, and then we will be wrapping it up. Your Erin Condren comes with a really good ruler. It's a really good snap in, snap out ruler. Has a tiny folder here, which I feel is not very useful, even though it's really cute with the rose gold accent and everything. It's not very useful because it's not tall enough to hold in big stuff to me. And so I really wish that was made like up to there. I love the scalloped edges, and it's really pretty. But this folder is much more useful. I have our school calendar in there. So you get that folder and that one. You get dashboards on Erin Condren, which you can write on with wet erase markers or Sharpies, which you can then take off with like fingernail polish remover. Or you can also draw over the Sharpie with a normal Expo marker and then be able to remove it with a wipe, is what I've heard. I have not written on these dashboards, but I have written in my teacher planner dashboard with Sharpie, and I have not tried to take it off yet because I wrote all the holidays for the year and the 6 weeks laid out. So we'll see. I'm sure it will come off with fingernail polish remover. So I'm not worried about that coming off, but I personally wouldn't use a wet erase marker. I hear that some people's rubs off the tiniest bit even on here, and I just don't like that mess. So I wouldn't use it for constant list changing, but you can also stick sticky notes on there. As you know, Erin Condren has interchangeable covers that pop in and off, so you can change your cover anytime if you decide you don't love it anymore. So that's a really nice feature with Erin Condren. Erin Condren, you can pick your coil color. I got gold on this one, which is $10 more. If you go with Erin Condren's Platinum, that is free. That's your free option. If you choose gold, rose gold, or black, that adds $10. On Erin Condren covers, if you pick a cover with gold foiling, it adds $5. But she has tons of covers without any gold foiling. I put a scripture on here. Lots of people put their name. You, depending on the cover, you have different amounts of room to customize what writing you want on there. So that's all custom too with Erin Condren. So you really get to build your planner, and you get to pick colorful or neutral, and you get to pick horizontal or vertical. You get to pick if it's going to be a 12-month or an 18-month with Erin Condren, or if there's not that many months left in the year, it will just be the 12 months, and you just pay $5 for any remaining months left in the year. So if it's not like the full 18 months, you might just get 15 months if that's how many months are left in like 2017. Okay, so I think I covered, that's the Erin Condren choices. I think the planner starts at $55, if I'm remembering right. And then, of course, if you upgrade your coil, if you upgrade your cover to foiling, then that adds money. Okay, guys, I wanted to show you the other extras that came with the Erin Condren that you don't get with Plum Paper InkWELL Press. It comes with this little zipper pouch. So you can either attach this to it and hook it anywhere you want in your planner, or you can just use it not hooked in your planner. So it comes with that option. And the zipper works really well. You get some free labels. These are not all from this order. This is like from 2 or 3 orders, but you get some free, I cut these apart because it came 2 hooked together, like some free happy birthday and enjoy labels, which are really cute. You get the 20% off coupon I talked about. And you get these 4 sticker sheets attached in the back of your planner. But like I said, I tear mine out and cut that off because I just can't use them very well back there. I like to have them out of the planner to use. So you have these really pretty with gold and rose gold metallic accents. You have some other metallic accent stickers. I've used up a lot of these. You have some just normal like labels for timed appointments and such. Tags, or I'm not sure what those are called. And you have little flag shaped ones too. And I think that, oh, that's just a double from another order. So you get 4 pages. I think these are really nice to have come with your planner. Let's see. I guess I could stick them in that pocket. They won't fit in the small pocket on the other side for sure. But if I wanted to have them like with my planner, but see how I mean this pocket's not very functional, because then it makes it where your paper can't even go all the way down. So it's sticking out and it would totally just fall out. Like that pocket's pretty much useless, which is kind of sad. But anyway, this pocket functions. So those are the stickers that come with your planner. All right, I just wanted to show you that other extra, and here is how your cover pops on and off. And you always get a card with your Erin Condren planner for 20% off your next order. That's nice too. So, okay, those are all the things that Erin Condren comes with. Mine, I've only done 2 Erin Condren orders so far, but they've all come really nice in a packaged well with bubble wrap and everything, and no problem with the shipping. Okay, let's talk about InkWELL Press. InkWELL Press extras that you get are a ruler, which, to be honest, I don't love the InkWELL Press ruler at all. It doesn't stay in well. It's not super substantial. Out of the planner rulers I have, it probably rates the worst, which everything else with InkWELL Press is top notch. So that's sad. All the planners come with note pages of different types at the back. This has a good functional folder here on both sides, and hers also comes with this great accordion pocket, which her little sewn journals fit perfectly in. So that is really nice. That is a really nice thing to have. And it comes with an attached band, which I love, because if you don't want to use it, you just leave it on the inside. But if you do want to use it, then it's really nice to have it. Erin Condren, you have to buy a band separate from her, and then I haven't bought any yet. And then, of course, it doesn't come attached. I like having it attached because then I don't lose it. This is the academic one, like I said, but what I forgot to mention is her vertical is only available at Office Max, Office Depot, which those stores are one and the same now, but they're only available online at Office Max, Office Depot, or in the stores. You cannot buy the vertical on her site. She does show it to you on her site, but you cannot buy it there, which I kind of don't like, because when you buy from her, you build up points. Also, she typically runs sales several times through the year online, and you can't take advantage of those sales if you want the vertical layout, which she calls the classic, because that is only sold at Office Max, Office Depot exclusively. So that's a little bit weird. Her horizontal is exclusively sold on her site. Okay, Plum Paper. And InkWELL Press has also come packaged really well with bubble wrap. Erin Condren, almost any time of year you can find, if you order $100 or more, you get free shipping. InkWELL Press will just run different shipping things at different times of year, like sometimes it's $75 or more. Sometimes she's not running one, so you just have to watch for that. As always, I would follow these people on Instagram if you're looking for their sales. Plum Paper doesn't run free shipping as much on even any amount that I've noticed. But they are a cheaper option. You do not have a coil option, but everything else you get to choose. There's tons of cover options in which you can put your name or any kind of quote. You can also make it go in the middle of the page. You can make it go in a box. So there's just a ton of ways to customize your cover. You can have the numbers on there or not for the year. There's a ton of customization with Plum Paper. Like I said, you can start it in any month you want. You can end it at anywhere from 12 to 18 months. It comes with note pages at the end too, like the other ones, and this big tall pocket, which I find really helpful. But it does not come with a band. As far as I know, they don't even sell any bands. Their covers aren't quite as rigid, so I'm not sure how a band would work on that. However, their covers hold up really well for me, and their spirals hold up really well for me. I love that they're made not as huge as Erin Condren's or as InkWELL Press. InkWELL Press uses the O-ring, of course, which is completely different, and Erin Condren's is just bigger than the Plum Paper, even though these are both a 12-month from Plum Paper, Erin Condren, and InkWELL Press. I like this compact type of ring, but I wouldn't say the planner's any lighter. It seems like Plum Paper must weigh a little bit more because it seems a little bit heavier almost, but not a ton. As you can tell, if you line up the coils, all these planners are pretty much the same page width, but InkWELL is the only one with this hard chipboard cover out of these three planners, and it is really hard. It is really sturdy. So you're not going to have any problems with that cover. Of course, I have never had any problem with a Plum Paper cover. And I just got my Erin Condren, so I can't speak to that, but they are really hard, much harder than Plum Paper. All right, guys. Oh my goodness. I hope I didn't leave out any pertinent information for you, but those are comparing 3 vertical planners that, are similar somewhat. Although I will say, Erin Condren and Plum Paper, you get to customize a lot about your planner. InkWELL Press, you don't get to customize anything. And this vertical is only available at Office Max, Office Depot. So you don't have that customization. You don't get to build up points with the company. And you don't get to take advantage of sales with the InkWELL Press being there. But I just wanted to compare those 3 verticals that are so similar and, give you something to go on if you're looking at verticals. I debated on whether to bring in the Get to Work book into this vertical video, and I didn't. I'll probably do another video just comparing Get to Work book and InkWELL Press because they're more similar since you can't customize them. But Get to Work book is just a really basic black and white design. And if you are interested in that vertical, I have several whole videos on Get to Work book. You don't customize anything about it, so it's more like InkWELL. But I love a lot about Get to Work book, so I didn't want to just not mention it in this vertical video. But it being not colorful, it's just a little bit different than these, and I thought 4 would be a bit much to compare in here. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day and happy planning, my friends.